Good morning. It's the last day of week 5. Oh, I'm feeling great this morning. Mainly because I had a fantastic night's sleep. And I had a fantastic night's sleep because one of the things I have worked out during lockdown is that what I do last thing before I go to bed at night determines what kind of night's sleep I have. So last night I spent the last hour before going to bed having breakfast with my kids and my grandkids. Sounds a bit weird, but they're in New Zealand and I'm here in the UK. So yeah, I had breakfast with them and it was amazing. My granddaughter Rata is 6 and my grandson Riffin is coming up 2. And it was lovely, and I just had a conversation with them about nothing really and watched the kids play. Went to bed out like a light. Now, I've got a bit of a dilemma because the other thing I really enjoy is Vikings. Not in reality, because Vikings don't exist anymore, but watching, silly Viking things. So I've been watching, what is it called, The Last Kingdom, which I absolutely love. But I've been spending every night before I go to bed watching people slash each other to bits. I have worked out that does not make me sleep very well. So a little bit of a dilemma there. Anyway, that's not the subject I want to talk about today. The subject I wanted to talk about today was the subject of hope. You see, I always think for me, hope is a very special feeling. For me, hope always lifts me. So I looked up what hope is and it said hope is an expectation, but I make a differentiation between hope and expectation because for me an expectation is when I actually feel like I know something is going to happen. So for me, hope is that kind of expectation. It's like a mild expectation. Hope lifts you. So all I ever need in any kind of a circumstance is just a little window of hope and it makes me feel better. So I don't know what your situation is. I don't know how you fared in the last 5 weeks, and I don't know economically what your situation is or even personally, but all you need is hope. So I think that we can create hope. So we need to be taking actions and actually also having our antennae out, looking, seeking hope, seeking those windows of opportunity. So let's focus now because I am hopeful that we will find out in the next couple of weeks what the next stage of this thing is. What are we doing next? Because it will happen in stages, folks. So what are we doing next? And what we do next depends on what we do now. It's all about cause and effect. So for you personally, take the opportunity to enjoy your weekend, absolutely, but make next week, be determined to make next week the week where you create the maximum amount of hope that you can for whatever your recovery needs to be, whether that be your business, whether you need to find a new job, whether you need to bounce back into, fully immersed in your current job because you've been on furlough, or whether you just need to keep things busy. Whatever your situation is, next week, make it the week that you create that hope by determining what your plan for a fantastic recovery out of this thing is. Okay, guys, have a fantastic weekend. Get some sleep. Don't watch Vikings. Do something else because Vikings before you go to bed is just not good. Have a great weekend and I will see you on Monday.